Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Diary of a Destiny Noob. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about all things maps and navigation as we look at what those icons on the map, on the director, really mean. We're talking about lost sectors, region chests, public events, raids, dungeons, you name it. We're going to be covering it all in this episode coming up right now. Alright, so let's get into it. If you're anything like me, when you started playing Destiny 2 for the first time, you open up the map, or the director as it's called, and you're greeted with something we can all relate to, we can all understand. It's planets, it's globes, it's worlds, it's whatever you want to call it. They're obvious to see, we know this. What isn't obvious is what all the symbols mean next to those worlds. So these symbols aren't really transferable from any other game, so you can't look at them and go, oh, I know what this means from another game. That looks like a weekly, that looks like a raid, that looks like a dungeon, you know? They are their own symbols, created specifically for Destiny. So don't feel like an idiot if you don't know what they are, because they do seem completely alien. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what each of those symbols are and why you should care. So we're here in the destinations map, where, as you can see, we've got a whole host of different worlds, we've got playlists, we've got everything here. So it all looks pretty self-explanatory up until you have a look at these icons, and they're everywhere. And I was looking at them thinking, what do they mean? You can't hover over them. If you hover over them, it doesn't say what they are. So what we have to do is we have to guess what they are. So through research, through streaming, talking to friends, talking to players, I found out what they are. So here we go. As you can see here, we've got a circle with a star inside, and this one seems to be flashing, and it's all over the place. This is the weekly missions, the weekly quests, the weekly challenges that you have on that particular planet. So Neptune, we've got one there. Helm, we've got one there. Savathun's Throne World, we've got one there. Gambit, Crucible Playlist, we've got one there. We've got a tower, and we've got a cheeky one down in the moon as well. So those are the weekly quests, and as you can tell by the name, they pop up every week, so they'll keep coming back, and you do them, they'll disappear, and you'll see them again next week. Up next, we have the person icon. This indicates there is somebody on that world that needs to speak to you, a quest giver. Maybe they want to give you a quest, maybe you're halfway through a quest, you need to turn something in. This little icon indicates there is somebody on that planet that needs to talk to you regarding a quest. The next icon we're going to talk about changes depending on the DLC and the planet. As you can see here on Neptune, this is from Lightfall, and we have a symbol that looks a little bit like the Illuminati. This means that we have some seasonal, some DLC specific challenges or quests on that planet waiting for you. So as you can see on Neptune, we've got 2. I really need to pull my finger out and do those, but we've got 2. They're there. Europa, we've got one there, and you'll see right there that the symbol's different, and that's because it's for a different DLC, a different seasonal quest. Savathun's Throne World is another good example. We've got another 2 down here, and this is from the Witch Queen expansion DLC. The green icon here indicates that we have a quest on that planet that we are currently tracking. So the quest that I'm tracking says, hey, you got to go to Europa and do the quest there. So we're here in Neomuna, and as you can see, we got a lot of icons, but most of these are self-explanatory. You can just hover over them and it tells you what they mean. For instance, we got the Vault here, we got a post box, we got Nimbus. Here are public events. These are optional events. I'm sure you know what they are. Basically, just get in the area, you'll see other Guardians. It's a public event. Go and smash out some quests, get some rewards, get some XP, and have some fun. Here, we've got the campaign, so it's another step in the Neomuna Lightfall campaign, which was indicated in the previous screen on the destination map. Here, again, we've got a terminal overload, it's another public event. Here, we've got another step in the campaign, the weekly mission. And here, we've got a strike. And all the way up the top, we've got the raid, Route of Nightmares. So yeah, these are all quite self-explanatory because you can hover over them. So what we're going to look at next are the ones that have nothing next to them, that are purely just symbols and could easily be missed if you didn't know what you were looking for. So here, the first thing we're going to talk about is lost sectors. So you see right here, we've got a lost sector, and it's got the name right next to it when you hover over it as well. So what a lost sector is effectively, it's like a mini dungeon, a mini event. So you go in there, you find it, it's normally got a entrance which is covered up or slightly hard to find, so you have to search around a little bit in the area. Once you get in there, it's basically you've just got enemies, kill the enemies, a boss turns up, kill the boss, and you get a nice little reward for it as well. And it does respawn once you leave, so you can keep coming back and farming, getting those rewards, getting that glimmer. So that is the lost sectors. You'll find them dotted all over every map, and they're just like little challenges, little mini dungeons just to keep you going, bit of a reward and a little bit of a challenge there. For the next one, we head over to Europa because I found all of these on Neomuna and it wouldn't be very helpful for this video. So what we're going to look at here are the regional chests, and you can see them here. They're like little crosses with a circle inside. And what regional chests are is there are a certain amount of them on each planet. They are hidden chests and they do not respawn. So once you found them, and that's it. And some of them are quite hard to find as well, so you do have to really rummage around and use your imagination to try and find them. So that's it really. Those are the only icons that don't have a description over it. The rest you can simply hover over. So dungeons, raids, weeklies, post boxes, vaults. It's easy. You just find that, hover your mouse or your cursor over it, and it will tell you what it is, and you'll know what you're getting into. But those little ones that we saw, those are the ones that really bugged me because I didn't know what they were. And I wasn't really going to go find them because I didn't know, is it worth it? Is it not? The answer is, it's definitely worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful to you new players out there, trying to understand what all of those little icons mean dotted throughout the game. Hopefully this cleared up a few of those questions for you. If you did like this video, please do drop us a sub to this channel. Please do like this video, comment, share it, do whatever you guys do. I'd really appreciate it. And it would help me in producing more videos. So until next time, guys, take it easy and stay safe out there.